media looking at what is happening in Nigeria and globally. Mr. Chinedu Michael, we are here together this morning and we'll be looking at a range of issues, talking about Samuel Ekpa giving another serious warning to Igbo politicians, traditional rulers in the southeastern part of the country, that they should stay away from negotiating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and negotiation for Biafra. According to him, he's saying that they have sabotaged the struggle in the past, as such, that they are not justified to negotiate for that. We shall equally be looking at the protest that is in the pipeline, talking about the likes of Sowore throwing their way behind it. Some people say Sowore is not justified to lead protests at this point. We shall be looking at Obi, who was the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, throwing his way behind the protests. Of course, we shall be looking at a range of issues, but let me first of all take you on what Gandhi just said, that the Igbos will be demarginalized. But don't worry, let us look at the issue of saying the Igbo politicians and traditional rulers should stay away from Nnamdi Kanu's negotiation for Nnamdi Kanu's release. Some people are arguing that it looks as if Samuel Ekpa do not want Nnamdi Kanu out.
Yes, let me tell you, if people are saying that, we are not going to say that because you know that the Igbo community, both abroad and here, has always not too comfortable with the way, you know, Samuel Ekpa is actually angling the Biafran quest restoration movement, you know. So I think they're having reservations based on that. And of course, Samuel Ekpa is also having reservation against them too, because in fact, the way and manner you bring up your children would depend on how your children is going to react at the end of the day. You know, the Ohanese has not done well, you know, and that is why you are seeing the reactions from the children of Ohanese. Let me put it that way, you know. So to an extent, I think people, Ohanese themselves, should know at this point in time what is at stake. Nnamdi Kanu is not about, it's not fighting for Biafra alone. It's fighting for Africa. It's fighting for the restoration of dignity, lost dignity of the black man. That is what Nnamdi Kanu is all about. That's what Nnamdi Kanu represents. Nnamdi Kanu has gone beyond Nigerian context, you know. Nnamdi Kanu has gone beyond Nigeria, West Africa. Nnamdi Kanu is being seen at the global level, you know, as one of the people who are championing the transformation that the black man, the black Africa, and Africa as a continent needed at this point in time. So, Ohanese, in their own consciousness and wisdom, you know, needs to understand that this and this are what they needed to be done, or what is needed to be done. Even though from the way things are going, it looks like, you know, they're having this kind of synergy with the Southeast governors who are bent on politicizing the negotiation over Nnamdi Kanu's release. And that is why people like us and Simon Ekpa will continue to have deep reservations, you know, and trying to open up the channel, you know, to be able to get intelligence report on that. So I think a lot of people are watching. The Biafranists, most especially those abroad, are watching. You know, different groups, you know, that make up the IPOB are watching. You know, Nigeria cannot afford to be funny over Nnamdi Kanu. That's the truth.
But Mr. Chinedu Michael, let me tell you, you know, the other time, Ohanese and some other people have asked federal government to urgently kickstart the process of extraditing Samuel Ekpa from Finland to Nigeria. But as you look at that, let us look at the issue that came from, statement that came from, I'm talking about APC national chairman, who is the former governor of Kanu State, the president of Abdullahi Ganduje, saying that APC is going to demarginalize Southeast, the Igbos. How does it continue?
I stand to protest that statement, and I see that statement as a threat to the entire Igbo land, to the entire Ohanese, to the entire Eastern governors. You know, the North has always shown, you know, that as if the South are always cowards. You know, that's what it means. And I think the South should begin to stand up. It's not about Igbo thing, this kind of statement coming out from a man who has questionable character, that is also being seen in a position of leadership, political leadership in the country, tells you that this country itself is actually sick. And sick statements like this will continue to, emerge from that kind of environment. For somebody like Gaduje to come out publicly and acknowledge that there is a gang up, a decided, deliberately done, agreed intentional marginalization of a major tribe in Nigeria, coming out to open it, for them, for Nigeria, for the Yorubas, and for the Awasas to stop this kind of decided attack on the entire Igbos, they need to move to APC. I want to watch and see what the Hanese are going to do. Say in that, what are they going? What are they going to say? I want to watch what Igbo thinkers are going to say. I want to watch the think tanks are going to say. I want to watch what how Imobi is going to react to that. I want to watch how leaders of political leaders are going to react to that. I want to watch what are they going to tell, what are going to say, that the Igbos has to be APC for them to be demarginalized.
Let us look at what is coming from Obi. Obi is the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last Nigerian presidential election. Throw his weight behind the planned nationwide protests. We understand that some people have said the Igbos should not participate. We are seeing different perspectives. This time around, Obi is saying whether Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, that they all pass through the same pain. We understand that when the government came aboard, they came with the issue of subsidy removal on gasoline and the unified efforts at the official window. And these have seen Nigeria experiencing unprecedented food inflation. And it keeps on going up. Today, Obi is saying everybody is justified to protest. Where do you stand, Mr. Chinedu?
I have reservations. Obi is talking as someone who believe in nationhood, and who believe in the youth, and the youth also believe in him. And this present administration has made everybody, either by omission or commission, obedient. Everybody is gradually becoming obedient in Nigeria. Both those in APC, both those in PDP and Labour Party, everybody has become obedient. And that is why they are talking about, going to the streets to protest, because they look around and they couldn't find themselves in the scheme of things in Nigeria, especially the youths. And that is why they are coming out today and said, no, we need to do something about it. For Obi, I think Obi shouldn't say less more than that, because of his position politically. We understand, But for Igbos, Igbo should, for Igbo nation, for Biafras themselves, they need to have a proper rethink. Is this what we want? When Nigeria is getting problems, they involve Igbos. And when Nigeria is celebrating, they are nowhere to be found. Just like what happened between Davido and Chioma. You can look at that kind of marriage, where the people that actually, supposed to be part of that mom festival, carnival like wedding, between Davido and Chioma, are no longer there. Well, they were no seats for them. There were no canopy for them, But when it comes to, going to watch, paying ticket, making the music popular, making the whoever, the musician popular, no, they will now look on the other direction. They will depend on the
No, I don't think we should digress.
I'm not digressing. I'm just making reference. I'm not. Why should I digress? I know what I'm talking about. So when it becomes too stupid for Nigerians, they become to look at the direction how they're going to involve Igbos.
Maybe you moderate your language, Mr. Chinedu Michael.
No, I said, stupidity here, I mean, when it becomes, Nigeria becomes immature. That's what I mean. Stupidity means immature. I don't think it's a bad language, but in Africa, they see it as a bad language. When you say somebody is stupid or something is stupid, it means that, that thing has not attained level of maturity.
But let's try to be decent in our language. But apart from that, let me bring your attention to issue that has to do with Sowore. Some people say Sowore is not justified to lead protests at this point. We understand what Sowore stands for when we talk about protests in Nigeria, the era of revolution now under Muhammadu Buhari, where he was
how many people came out
and
how many people came out under the, we saw it, everything, we saw it. How many people came out?
I was trying to ask questions.
If Sowore believed in this thing, why should he be making unnecessary statement against Obi? He's working for APC. I can tell you categorically that Omolaye Sowore is working for the same people that made him what he is today.
But this is a wide allegation.
It's not a wide allegation. It's something that you can find out for
is this something you have on good authority? Or you are speculating?
It's not about speculation. That is just a fact. It's not about speculation. It came out at the end of the day. Look at, you cannot even win one single local government, and you have the God to be abusing Obi, Peter Obi. There has no record of corruption. There has no traces. There has nothing bad attached to his personality. Because he still want to use the cunning way he used against Jonathan. We know what Sowore did against Jonathan. So he's not an independent-minded person. Sowore is being used to destabilize the fight for Nigerian survival by the federal government, by this government. This is the same people that made him.
Okay, but let us look at what is coming from Rivers State currently, because the House of Assembly members loyal to Wike are currently raising issue with the governor, telling the governor that he should come and represent the budget of 2024 before them. And as such, if he's not doing that, that is not justified to start spending public funds. How does that contribute?
Yes, I think we have been having different court judgments in that regard. We have been having counter this, counter that at the end of the day. For me, I think that Wike's factor is still playing out in Rivers State, and this is the struggle for the judiciary to decide at the end of the day. Let judiciary decide. That's what we stand for, But I know that any extra push, against the interests of the people and the citizens of Rivers State is going to backfire at the end of the day. And there has been some analysts who are signaling that if it is not properly handled, it might ignite. It might be part of the protest. It might be infused into the protest, and it will go a long way to destabilize Nigeria more. To destroy the entity called Nigeria. It's like the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself has refused to call Wike to order, for political normalization in Rivers State, as I speak to you. So I know what they are struggling, is the soul of the president in trying to get his second term ambition in order, So we understand that he also should be looking at it from the national level. We are in a situation that if he does not come to his own side, then Nigeria must not survive. So, we need to see that patriotism in everyone. We need to see that spirit in everyone. But as I stand today to tell you, that most political stakeholders in Rivers State are on the side of the governor, Simi Fubara. And Simi Fubara, I don't think that is a lily-livered man again, like the way they refer to him before. The only thing he needs to do now is to reactivate himself. Go to court, the same court, let them go and sort it out. There are still other chances why he stay around his government to the benefits of the citizens of Rivers State.
Okay, let me bring this to your attention. This is from Punch. It said driver, 18 passengers adopted in river-bound bus. We are talking about insecurity here. We understand that the president is the president and the commander of the armed forces, and it behoves on the president to protect lives and property. And that when he does that, it's a mandate that's incumbent on him to deliver. It doesn't mean that he's doing anyone any favor. Here we are seeing some level of full inflation being tied to insecurity, particularly in the area of herders farmers clashes. This time around, we are seeing adoption of 18 passengers in a rivers bound bus. How do you think we can get out of this quagmire? I'm talking about insecurity.
The problem with insecurity is enormous for us to look at. The issue of personnel, the issue of corruption, the issue of government not being able to sit down and reactivate themselves, the issue of funding, a lot of issues. You understand? They just went and bought a private jet worth over $100 million. They are reactivating all that things. If you look at the project now, it's running over 200 million or thereabout dollars. But to fund something, that can protect the lives of properties of the people who you are under oath to protect, they find it very difficult. They give so much excuses. They have done so many reforms. Nothing is working in Nigeria. Is it not high time they sit down and said, what is actually happening? They said Ministry of
Livestock development.
livestock. That one, we don't know whether it's going left, or whether it's going right. We have seen so much police reform. We don't know whether they're going back or whether that. We have seen so much funding. As I speak to you, look at the large amount of money that has been given to security, to the military, to stop all this kind of societal threat at the end of the day. Nothing's been done. Over $3 billion is being spent on insecurity, just for one department alone. And at the end of the day, we don't achieve it. So, talking about those reforms, government is very slow here in this part of the world. They seem they don't have any direction, because there should be an emergency approach to threatening issues like insecurity. It should not be joked with. All our roads are bad. A lot of things. When you talk about infrastructure, infrastructure has to go with security. So if they have adequate infrastructure, on ground, okay, look at how it takes America's security service to gun down crooks in less than 5 minutes.
I was to ask you that question before I let you go.
You understand? So it tells you that the country has infrastructure, the country has manpower, they are adequately funded. They have that dedication, they have that patriotism. But in Nigeria, bros, there's nothing like patriotism. And those people you are seeing, the army, the police, knows that the leaders too does not have the spirit of patriotism. So until we sit down and look at those things very well, or possibly we'll say bye-bye to everyone, and maybe we'll begin to have adequate security check on ourselves, because security is the responsibility of everyone and not only the government.
I think it's a good place to let you go. But before I let you go, Mr. Chinedu Michael, Trump picked a 39-year-old senator as his running mate. We understand Trump is against immigrants by his campaign and all that. What does it mean for Africa if Trump eventually becomes the president of the United States of America?
That is why we need the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu to drive the concept of Africanism. We need the freedom of Mazi himself, the supreme leader of the IPOB, the land of the rising sun. It has been discovered that Biafra is the prince of Africa. And the prince cannot be in a place like that and we are not getting it. That's not how you get it. The prince must rise. In every hamlet, there's always a prince. So in Africa, the prince of Africa need to rise. He need to illuminate. And the day and the way and manner Nnamdi Kanu is going to step out at the end of the day will determine the future of Africa. It's not Nnamdi Kanu. It's not about Biafra. I always say it. It's about reactivation, regeneration of the African continent, of the black man, the ingenuity. We need to open up. So what Trump is trying to tell Africans is that go home, sit down, and reactivate yourself. The black man can do it.
Mr. Chinedu, I know you can go on.
You understand
But
what I'm
let
saying?
me allow you go so that I can bring in Riwan, who is the spokesman of obedience in this environment. Mr. Riwan, you are welcome to Satellite Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is Satellite Media, we are live. And the reason the question I want to put to you directly is something coming from Obi himself,
Okay.
endorsing protests. Don't forget that before now, we have seen different perspectives. Some people saying Igbos should not protest. Igbos themselves saying no, we'll allow the Yorubas to do it. But this time around, Obi is saying whether you are Hausa, you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, you have been affected by what is happening. As such, that everybody is justified to join protests, and we all know that protest is supposed to be peaceful. Your leader saying Igbos should join protests. When is that your leader is an Igbo man? How does it come to you?
No, it's Peter Obi is right. I'm saying he's right not because it's Peter Obi, but I'm saying he's right because poverty, inflation, and hunger is no respecter of tribe and religion. So whether you're a Muslim, Christians, animists, national worshippers, Ekanka, Great Message, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Calabar, Kanuri, Nupe, any tribe that you are buying the same groceries in the market at the same time, at the same price. We as in transportation cost is the same for every tribe. So the Igbos must protest. They are Nigerians. Enough of this. It is always a way to skim them out of steals. That's why they try to give them bad name. But now they have a right to protest. They are just like you and I. So Peter Obi is right. And for the first time yesterday, I'm going to divert, but let me come. Sheikh Gumi said people should protest. Imagine an Islamic sheikh, because it's always they always say don't protest. Now protest haram. But for him to have said go and protest, that man, they've seen something. I give an example. Last week Wednesday, in my compound, am I selling bread? People went there, they stole. I'm telling you, they stole bread 302, 602. That's bread of almost like 2004. They stole it in the compound. Now the man complaining she cost his day every day. On Sunday to Monday morning, I mean for yesterday, they stole another bread again. You understand? Even if she have locked everywhere, that means nobody can pass. That means someone is stealing the bread in the compound. And I told you, man, you will keep this your bread, they start stealing it. She thought I was just, no, they will steal it. And there's hunger in the land already. Even though I don't endorse stealing. What I'm saying is that the poverty is now overbearing. Mr. Matthew, if we stand here for 5-10 minutes, somebody will come here and beg us for money to eat, not even money, just buy something to eat. That means the level of poverty is beyond what you can think of. That a Congo of Gary used to be, sir. Gary used to be the last food. That in every house, if you ask for Gary, they will give you for free. Go and take Gary. Now that Gary, one petrol is about 4,500. So, and you are Yoruba, you are buying it. Igbo is buying it. Hausa is buying this. APC, PDP. You are human being first before you are a Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa or a Muslim or a Christian. That means you are facing the same thing in Nigeria. So the poor people, the masses come out and protest. The people that will not protest are the people that are in government. They are enjoying. Whether they are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, or this, they are in National Assembly, they are sharing the same money, they are buying the same cars. So it is the poor people that should look and say, no, enough of these useless divisions. We are facing the same problem in Nigeria. They should come out and protest. I'm endorsing it.
Okay, now let me ask you, because some people have said Sowore is not justified to lead protests at this point. We all know what Sowore stands for. Once you say revolution now, Sowore comes to mind. In your considered opinion, is Sowore justified to lead protests now?
No.
Why?
Sowore was one of the people that all those propaganda against Goodluck Jonathan, he was at the forefront of it. Oh, Jonathan is a thief. Jonathan stole money. See, let me tell you, anybody that give you a poison to drink, if that same person give you a cure for it, don't take it. They were the people that pursue that all those nonsense against Jonathan. It was at the forefront now, all the propaganda against the man. Now, Jonathan has gone now. Look at where Nigeria is today. So someone like that cannot. I don't trust him. You know, I don't trust him, and that's my opinion. The Yoruba man, but I don't trust him. We want people that are neutral, that have not supported any politician. That okay, let us lead the protest. Not sure. I don't trust him. You can't say because we saw in this Nigeria when 10,000 can buy you a bag of rice in Nigeria here. 10,000 that's if you buy 7,000 bag of rice, you can buy different tubers as in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tubers of yam. This man, they were insulting Jonathan, they were propaganda, Jonathan thief, Jonathan the Dikogogo. Now Jonathan has gone. 10,000 cannot buy you 7 acres of rice, cannot buy you two tubers of yam. In this Nigeria, he doesn't want to lead protest. After they have gaslighted Nigeria, after they have found a way to how do I put it? They have found a way, a conspiracy against the man. So he does not have the moral right to say he wants to lead protest. I don't trust him. I've been saying this. Most Nigerians don't trust him, but we know where it's coming from.
Okay, now, Mr. Ariwan, talk to us about the statement that came from Imo State Governor and talking about Hope Uzodinma. Yes. During the past, they have said that the Igbos will not protest against Tinubu administration because Tinubu has solved the Igbos ban problem. But yesterday, he's saying another thing, that the Igbos, particularly the youth, will not protest against the president. I don't know whether Hope Uzodinma has become the mouthpiece of Igbo youths.
See.
Or is it? Could it be true that Tinubu has solved Igbo man's problem?
Tinubu has not solved Yoruba people. His own brother problem. His own brother, Yoruba people now that are kind of other. So see, whether you are Igbo or Yoruba, first of all, we are all of us are Nigerians. That means all Nigerians, the poor, over 80% of the poor masses or the average masses, they are complaining. They seem to be tired. They seem not to be any light at the end of the tunnel for Nigerians. So now you cannot say you have so many Igbo problem. But the problem is that in Nigeria, a tragedy happened in this country. I've been saying it. That a man that took fourth in government election, they make him number one. I said, who voted for the man to become governor? We know Nigeria that powerful incumbency. So if I'm from Imo State and also the man is talking, I'm like, okay, yeah, because how many people see him? Well, you can do a voice pop on Imo people. How many people see him as their governor?
Lastly on this, the APC national chairman went to Abakaliki yesterday, Ebonyi State capital, and he was of course he said that the APC is going to marginalize the Southeast, bring them into relevance in Nigerian politics and maybe political positions. How does it come to you?
That is an hypocritical statement. Because you look at in my language they said Tolaba Shemari Enila Matimo. How tomorrow is going to be, I'm going to know from today. It was the APC that started marginalizing the Igbos in Nigeria. It was the APC that under Buhari, that you saw his cabinet and you're like, you saw his security architecture, like, it was Buhari that said that the Igbos are a dot in Nigeria. It was the APC. Now Tinubu is the president. You have seen his appointment. What are you talking about? So is it those people? The people should not trust them. I'm not an Igbo, but if I'm an Igbo, I cannot trust the APC. They are the least party that will say that want to demarginalize Igbos, and they will believe, because you've seen that under their rule, anybody that become president always seem to favor only his tribe. But the PDP before them, they seem to carry Nigerians along. So Obasanjo, so Jonathan, so Yar'Adua, may so rest in peace. But we saw now, we've seen from Buhari, you are seeing Tinubu now that when they become president, their tribe alone, mostly, always, I mean, in terms of appointment, always get highest appointment, and they seem to surround themselves with people majorly from their tribe, which is to me is very, very wrong. They give their tribe people higher position in power, and that's very, very wrong. That's not, you cannot build a nation like that.
I must say very thank you, Mr. Ariwan. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much. Mr. Raf Umbechi, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Mr. Raf Umbechi. We are live on satellite media, and we are looking at a very serious issue where Ekpa is giving another warning to Southeastern governors, Eastern politicians, traditional rulers. He's accusing them that they have sabotaged the struggle in the past. As such, they should stay clear from negotiating for Nnamdi Kanu release and Biafra, that they are not qualified. The question some people are asking, does it mean Ekpa do not want Nnamdi Kanu release?
No, Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal. Nnamdi Kanu was doing the same transaction with Igboho. is not a criminal. Nnamdi Kanu is already out. Legally, nothing is being, found against him. The law, he did not contravene. He did not steal. Nnamdi Kanu is a hostage in the kidnappers' den. I listen to me. Someone that was brought from Nairobi without due process of extradition is more or less a captive. I don't know what I understand at the DSS facilities. Tinubu himself, he came up. He did not see anything good on releasing that Igbo man. What Tinubu did was releasing his brother Igbo. So Samorepa is issuing warning. Samorepa is right because Nnamdi is not a criminal. Court has already certified Nnamdi acquitted, discharged. Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to get at least be flown back to Nairobi. From there, he will settle scores with Kenyan government for allowing this kind of people, country, Nigeria, to seduce them, to lure them into involving in such international crime. As far as I'm concerned, Nnamdi Kanu has right to sue Kenya to ICC, to sue Nigeria to ICC. So anybody that is settling or negotiating with federal government is based on the fact that they want Nnamdi Kanu to come out first. If you ask me, I will tell you that we have been harping on this, that Biafra is not negotiable. You can never negotiate the destiny of Igbo man. Biafra is Igbo man's destiny. I don't know whether I understand where I'm going. So, whether the governors, Hanezes, or the elites, what they are doing is that the man should come out first. This is a man whose parents were killed in this struggle. Federal troop moved into the father's palace, discredited it. As a result of that, Maz Israel, His Royal Highness, could not take it. He was subjected to such excruciating dilemma for how many months until he met his death. I don't know what I understand. So much emotions are being, showcased on Nnamdi Kanu's case by his kinsmen, the Igbos. So anybody negotiating with Tinubu, of course, knows that this is an illegal government. A government that is based on legitimacy can never do the right thing. So where I'm going now is that people that are going for negotiation, you don't know what is in their mind. What is most paramount now is Nnamdi Kanu's letting, Nnamdi Kanu coming out from DSS facilities for his health, for his family. And to do what? To continue the business.
Now, I want to bring
Biafra is non-negotiable.
I want to bring another angle because yesterday we saw APC national chairman. I'm talking about Abdullahi Ganduje in Ebonyi State, Imo State capital, where he said APC is going to marginalize the Igbos, perhaps to give them their right place in Nigeria.
No. You can't touch Igbos, their human rights. It's only the gullible and the low-level human beings will misunderstand Ganduje's statement.
Is it a gesture?
No, it's a gesture, but to me, I'm from Anambra State. I don't know about Igbo man. We follow what is right. It is Igbo man's right to be at the office of the presidency if the people support, if the whole people in Nigeria will it or make out a choice that Igbo man should be there. They can only just do it with their PVC. And actually last year they did it. But they could not be given. They refused to give them. I mean the Igbos. Tinubu, INEC chairman, Ganduje, Fachola, Hope Uzodinma, and rest of them, under that political platform, disenfranchised Nigerians. They refused to give Nigerians their civil rights. Of course, they emphasized it on 24th, I think, or 23 presidential, February last year election. The whole Nigeria come out with such emphasis on Igbo man's, mandate. I've never seen such before. Emphatically, they come out. This is whom we want. This is whom we wanted, and actually will be carried the day under Labour political platform. But Tinubu being whom he is, Nigeria being what it is. What is going on here? The former Cross Rivers governor said it. The former Cross River governor, he said it. You are running an illegitimate government. You should be very careful. And we are watching. We are waiting. Everything going on in this regime is anomalous. Yes, it's anomalous. That is not normal. So what I'm trying to say is that nobody can touch Igbo man, the marginalization. Marginalization is out of context here because we operate federal system of government. It's based on democracy, and democracy is the will of the people, the choice of the people. Ganduje from Fulani land cannot come to Igbo land and give Anambra man his rights, socially, politically, economically. The only thing he could do is to do what? Man, take care of his own region. Let Igbo man take care of his own region. Fulani man can never touch a Jew. The Jewish, they are right. It is an abomination of the highest order. I am of Jewish blood, and I still hint on this, that statement from Ganduje is not only insulting, but it is dehumanizing of the highest order. Too dehumanizing. I don't want anybody to come to Igbo land, to disgrace Igbo land by making all manner of demoralizing remarks on the Igbos. We are the first class, the best, and the best race on Africa continent. Biafra is coming. There will be a liberation movement, and it has been springing up for how many years now under Nnamdi Kanu. The darkness continent, the continent they call darkness continent, or continent of darkness, or dark continent. A light has come on the pinnacle of the mountain. We are the light. We are like candle on the continent of Africa. Behold, illumination of the whole continent of Africa is coming. That is emancipation of the Biafra Republic.
Okay, now let me ask you, because record that the issue of nationwide protest is in the air, and we are seeing the other day headline all over the place saying government officials in panic mode over planned nationwide strike, so the protest. We are seeing Obi, who was the presidential candidate in the 2027, president candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, saying that whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, you are justified to protest. They look contrary to some insinuation and perspective of some Igbos that they are not going to join the protest. Obi is saying the Igbos are justified to join the protest.
Obi's statement or remarks on protest, nationwide protest, is not a hallucination. It is not of illusion. It's a reality. Obi is not it's hallucinating. And Obi is the last person I know that can, be suffering from schizophrenia. I don't know what to understand. One thing is that with him is that if you want to know the person of Obi, go to the political annal or records in Nigeria. It is already been put on archives that Obi outsmarted the rest of the governors from 2005 to 2013. Good 8 years. Educational sector, agricultural sector, Obi was busy exporting Ogo vegetable, making money for Nigeria. Economic section, which encompasses all. Obi did well. We had many investments outside Nigeria. Anambra has investment. Let me blow your mind. Anambra is having oil wells in Angola. Obi, credit to Obi.
Anambra is an oil producing state. We know.
Thank you. But we have oil well, the one that at least we make our money that goes into our purse from Angola. Oil well, we bought it. Listen to me. So what I'm trying to say is that when a credible man says something, if a man of honor says something, Nigeria should listen to him. I don't bloody care about all the political bad eggs in Nigeria that are trying to torment, exploit, subjugate, reduce Nigerians. Listen to me. What I'm trying to say here is that a man that is telling everybody, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, about their what? Legibility, legality, eligibility to protest. Obi is a man of honor. We are going to obey him.
Okay, now, Mr. Araf, let me ask you this. The Imo State Governor,
yes,
the other time he has said, Tinubu has solved the Igbo man's problem. Wait, I'm coming. The Tinubu have solved the Igbo man's problem. They will not join protests. Yesterday, he said another one, that the Igbo youths, specifically he mentioned the Igbo youths, will not protest against Tinubu's administration. It looks as if Hope Uzodinma is the mouthpiece of the Igbo youths.
If you ask me, I will reply you in Igbo language. Of course, I have right to talk.
Use Igbo
because I know that YouTube is having this transcript where they will just translate to Americans, Europe, and the rest of the world. Ebe ọnụ ka ọ na-agba onye ntụ. Ọ tụgidego ntụ afọ ya ntụ ejughị afọ. Listen, I'm not abusing him, but I'm saying he has been shooting guns with his mouth. Ebe ọnụ. Nto is lies. That's falsehood. Listen to me. Again, deception. It has filled up his stomach. Hope Uzodinma is now pregnant with lies and falsehood. His stomach is protruding, jutting out as a result of what? Lies, falsehood. Self-conceitedness cannot lead a man to what? To victory, to success and excellence. He has already discovered that come 2027, APC will never get vote, and Nigerians can never be that gullible they were last year. Because it's of course that Labour won election, Obi doesn't want fight, nobody wants blood to flow. That's why we all submit. We submitted to falsehood, illegitimacy, and illegality from the office, Department of Judiciary. And let me tell you, Obi is the right man. Everybody should protest. If you don't like, don't. Nobody is forcing you. It's just like it's a democratic dispensation. Nobody is forcing anybody to protest. But if you ask me, Igbo, I still said it, should go to Imo. Igbo, you are Igbo man. If you are from Imo, go and protest in Imo. Hope Uzodinma is not developing Imo state upon the whole allocation that goes to that state. If you are an Anambra man like me, go to Anambra, protest, because Charles Soludo, I don't know what he's doing. Charles Soludo is asking a question. Am I going to develop Anambra? Am I going to? You should develop Anambra. They voted you. It's a must. So everybody has the right to protest. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arafunbechi. Mr. Lawrence, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Mr. Lawrence. Good morning. We are live on satellite media, Mr. Lawrence, and we are analyzing the situations in Nigeria and globally. But let me bring your attention to what Samanepa is saying. He said Southeast politicians, traditional rulers, have sabotaged the struggle of Biafra in the past, as such that they should stay away from negotiation for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and negotiation for the Biafra, that they are not the right people to negotiate. How do you see this?
Yeah, what is Samanepa, Prime Minister of Biafra? What the man and young man said is reality. Listen, the struggle we are passing in agitation of Biafra, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo and the governors and the senators and the biggest politician and some big businessmen is that people that make this struggle of Biafra to more difficult. How? Thank you. You know that majority of the politicians we have in the Southeast is not the people the Southeast put there. People that put those people is from the north, and the lion of West Yorubas that are supporting those big politicians in the Southeast. No, when they put you there, you need to rule whatever they tell you to do. That's what is going on in the Southeast. It's not their people put those governors, and we must do whatever the cabals tell them to do. Are you getting me? What the Samanepa said is the truth. And call Ohaneze Ndi Igbo. Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, where they are eating their money, it's still the same place, that house rock, that the giant of the lion of politician of Nigeria, they are staying. Are you getting me? What condition they give to them, they must apply it, because most of them, they didn't think that that position they will get it. By all means, they have it. Whatever they tell them to do, they will do it. Come to the big guys in the Igbo land, the millionaires and the billionaires in the Southeast. Most of them grow. People make them to be whatever they be today. It's the same part of the north, the arm of the politician. Are you getting me? And whatever they tell them to do, they will do it. The struggle of Biafra, these people, the Samanepa mentioned, you know, Samanepa don't mention some of the businessmen. I myself, the person that put it, those one must align what the big politician in the Nigeria said. They will do it. What is happening in Imo State? What is this guy said? Chief priest. You remember what Chief priest said? That he said that the indigenous of Igbos, Imo State, they are causing no security in the Imo State.
Okay, even because of what you have just said, let me tell you what Hope Uzodinma said yesterday. Though he has said in the past that the Igbos will not protest against Tinubu because he said Tinubu has solved the Igbo man's problem. But yesterday he said the youth from the southeast will not protest against Tinubu. Does it mean Hope Uzodinma is the spokesman of the Igbo youth?
No. Do you know that when you put a Yahoo man, a fraudster on the front, a fraudster will always double cross. You know me know a fraudster. A fraudster must double cross. Governor of Imo State is a real fraudster. We know him very well.
But you may not have proof of what you are saying.
No, listen. Also, Demba is a group of. Wait. Do you know this guy?
No, hate speech is not allowed.
I'm not talking about hate
But
speech.
let us live his personal life. Let us address the issue he raised.
Okay. Let's forget the issue. What Ozodimba is saying is not saying to favor of Igbos. Now, Ozodimba is a governor of Imo State and is APC man. He must say something to please his leader. Who is the leader? Is the president of Nigeria, Ahmed Tulumbu. Are you getting me? Now, he said whatever to please the man. Governor of Imo State and the indigenous of Imo State, the governor of Imo State ally with the indigenous of Imo State? The answer is no. Because governor of Imo State bring calamity in the Imo State. Imo State is the state that have peace of mind more than any other state in the southeast. But now, there's a lot of issues that happen in that southeast.
I want to take you to another area because the chairman of APC yesterday, he said APC is going to demarginalize the Igbos, that APC is going to make sure that Igbos are not marginalized again, that Igbos get their right place in Nigeria and all that. How does that come to you? Is that a good one?
Listen, the Igbos, the Biafrans, we are not fighting for to be a one Nigeria. Igbos, they are not fighting to be a one Nigeria. We are fighting our own independence. That's Biafran. They can say their own opinion because they are eating the federal government pocket. We are the citizens of Igbos, the majority. They are minority. The majority is fighting for the independence. That's Biafran. Nothing concerns us whether APC take over in the southeast or APC didn't take. That is not our own issue. What we are looking for, that's what our leaders telling us. We have leader. We have Nnamdi Kanu. We have Prime Minister Ekpa. Those only two people can tell us what we will do in the southeast. Any other person is a counterfeit.
Okay, now finally, talk to us about Obi saying that Igbos can protest.
Listen, do you know one thing about Obi? From first time Obi is coming out as a governor of president of Nigeria, I didn't support Peter Obi.
Why?
I'm in Ghana at that time. From Ghana, I didn't support Peter Obi. Listen, Peter Obi is coming out, it's not the favor of Igbos. He's coming out as favor of Nigeria. Are you getting me? And Igbos, they are fighting their own freedom. My brother, you cannot use two hand and put inside your mouth. You must use one. Are you getting? We see Peter Obi as saboteurs, as Biafrans. Who bring Peter Obi is Obasanjo and British. It's the people that bring Peter Obi. Obasanjo is the number one enemy of Igbos. Obasanjo don't want to use eye and ear and listen about Biafra. He said that the day Ojukwu died, that is the day Biafra died. How can our enemy to bring somebody to tell us that this man is come from Igbo land to be a president of Nigeria? We don't need a president. Whether Peter Obi say Igbo to protest or Igbo no protest, Peter Obi saying for his own mind. He's not saying the whole Igbo mind. Okay, look at what is happening in the Yoruba land. You remember the time of EndSARS. Which people then put that blame on their head? It's not the same Igbo. Any protests are happening in Nigeria, which people they will put that blame for their head? It's not the same Igbo. Why P2B will say that Igbo is supposed to come out to protest? You see that P2B don't know how, you don't know what he's saying. If P2B want to protest, P2B supposed to protest immediately they collect a mandate for his hand. That's when Nigeria supports P2B fully. But P2B do like as a woman. You leave your own glory, your trophy, and do what? And say let peace reign. But now you want to say Igbo man to come out to protest. I'm very disappointed with P2B.
Okay, before I let you go, Mr. Lawrence, let me ask you about, because Sowore is supporting the protest, and we know that under Muhammadu Buhari, Sowore wanted to do a protest. He tagged revolution now. Some people say Sowore is not qualified, not justified to lead protest now. Do you think Sowore should lead the protest?
Listen, whether Sowore lead or he don't lead, one thing about Nigeria is that when you are needing something for federal government, you did what? You like to show yourself. Sowore is not capable to lead the protest. They are coming out. Sowore is person that always come out anytime Mazin Nnamdi, our leader, want to go to court. But as a black man and a black skin, what the man is looking for is selfish interest against about 2027. You know, always when I want to say something, I always go front or go flashback. Sowore always come out to be a president of Nigeria, and he needs supporters of the Igbos. Are you getting me? They need supporter of the Igbos, and you know, to him to get the supporter of Igbo, you need to support Mazin Nnamdi Kanu fully. But now, Igbos, 75% of Igbos or 85% of Igbos, they are not interested of call story of Nigeria. Are you getting me? As Sowore is now, that stage you see Sowore now, if the president of Nigeria call him to backyard to settle him, you see Sowore will not say anything. Exactly what happened to Obasanjo. Obasanjo didn't support Tulumbu one day, but now what is going on? Elderly man in Nigeria. Are you getting me? We don't trust Nigeria. We don't trust Nigerian men because what is in their mind is evil.
And the so-called Southwest,
Only people I trust in this struggle.
His own people.
Only people I trust in this struggle is number one, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Samen Ekpa. Their group, the people that are genuine, so sacrifice themselves and be sincere to what they are fighting for. If you Sowore want to do exactly what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doing and Samen Ekpa doing, let him remove fan for Nigeria politics. If Sowore can do it, we, the citizens of Africa, Biafrans, Oduduwa, Arewa, will support Sowore.
I think I must say very big thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Thank you very much for your time. We hope to have you next time. Thank you very much. To our esteemed viewers, I must say a very big thank you. For those that follow on comment section, I must say a very big thank you. I think this is a good place to let it go. I am Mr. Matthew, and this is Satellite Media.